Hi, everybody. I am going to be reading your ratios quiz mid-unit assessment aloud. I'm going to read each question, and then you may pause and do the work. Make sure that you have a pencil and paper in front of you, so that way you can write out each of the problems. All right, let's begin. Question number 1. Please write your answer using a colon between the numbers if needed. Do not make any spaces. Thank you. The ratio of dogs to cats is, for every blank dogs, there are blank cats. So refer to this picture right up here of dogs and cats. Pause and do the work. Question number 2. Here is a diagram that describes cups of green and white paint in a mixture. The top row is green paint in cups, and the bottom row is white paint in cups. Select all the statements that correctly describe this diagram. So you can have more than one answer here. We want to find which ones are true about this picture. The ratio of cups of white paint to cups of green paint is 2 to 4. B, for every cup of green paint, there are 2 cups of white paint. C, the ratio of cups of green paint to cups of white paint is 4 to 2. D, for every cup of white paint, there are 2 cups of green paint. E, the ratio of cups of green paint to cups of white paint is 2 to 4. Remember, you may choose multiple answers for this question. Pause and do the work. Question number 3. A recipe for 1 batch of spice mix says, combine 3 teaspoons of mustard seeds, 5 teaspoons of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. How many batches are represented by the diagram? Explain or show your reasoning. Here is mustard seeds in yellow, chili powder in red, and salt in blue. So again, it wants to know how many batches are represented by this diagram. 1, 2, or 3. Pause and do the work. Question number 4. Here's a diagram showing a mixture of red paint and green paint needed for 1 batch of a particular shade of brown. Fill out the rest of this table. There are 3 red for every 2 green. If there are 6 red, how many green will there be? And if there are 10 green, how many red will there be? Remember, use what you know to figure out what you don't know. Pause and do the work. Question number 5. Please choose true or false. 3 to 4 equals 12 to 16. Are these equivalent ratios? True or false? Pause and do the work. Question number 6. A recipe calls for 5 cups of flour to every 3 eggs. Please draw a double number line and answer the questions using it. So go ahead in your notebook right now. You need to draw a double number line and label it flour and eggs. and then put the ratio we know. We know there are 5 cups of flour for every 3 eggs. So question A, what is the ratio of flour to eggs in the original recipe? So again, you're going to look right here. This is the original recipe. And please write the ratio using a colon between the numbers, no spaces. Question B, how much flour would you need if you used 6 eggs? So now in your notebook, you're going to add 6 to your double number line. And then figure out how much flour you would need if there were 6 eggs. You can pause and do that work. And finally, part C of question 6, you're still using the same double number line. If you used 20 cups of flour, how many eggs would you need to use? So on your double number line, I want you to put the 20 with the flour and figure out how many eggs you would need for 20 cups of flour. Type your answer in the blank. You may pause and do the work. Question number 7. A recipe for cinnamon sugar used 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to 2 tablespoons of sugar. How much sugar would you need if you use 8 teaspoons of cinnamon? Again, you should draw this double number line in your notebook and label it cinnamon and sugar, and then fill in the numbers on the number line. So your original ratio is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to 2 tablespoons of sugar. And if you needed 8 teaspoons of cinnamon, how much sugar would you need? Pause and do the work. Question number 8. Please fill in the blanks below. You do not need to include a dollar sign. You do need to make your answer be money, which means 2 decimal places. So if, for example, if you get the answer 4.2, that would really mean $4.20. Okay, so make it money. You don't need to include the dollar sign. Okay, so looking at the table, on the left we have pounds of tomatoes, and on the right we have the price. So you're going to want to look at the ratio that you know, right? We know that 4 pounds of tomatoes costs $14. Okay, and we need to fill in these blanks here. Pause and do the work. Question number 9. 2 kids were outside playing. One was on a scooter. She went 30 feet in 2 seconds. The other was on a skateboard. He traveled 55 feet in 4 seconds. Who was going faster? The kid on the scooter or the kid on the skateboard? And how do you know? So keep in mind, this is a 2-part question. So in the text box, you're going to write A and explain so tell me who was going faster, the scooter kid or the skateboard kid. And then part B, how do you know? Please do the work in your notebook and pause the video. Okay, question 10. Solve this problem using a double number line or a ratio table. Tulip bulbs are on sale at store A at $5 for $11. And the regular price at store B is $6 for $13. Which store offers the better or less expensive price per bulb? So you're going to need to draw a double number line or a ratio table and think about, what are we comparing here? We have 5 tulips for $11, and then we have 6 tulips for $13. So on your table or your number line, we're comparing the number of tulips to the amount of money. You're going to answer which one has the better buy. Which one's the better deal, store A or store B? Go ahead and do the work. That is the end of this test. Go ahead and submit when you're finished. I would double check over your work before submitting. Thank you.